Okay, so for all of you, do not matter whether you are from social science stream or from art stream, I can tell you that after these 2 hours, you will understand very well what natural language processing is. Right, so that what you will see in this class is I'm going to combine the management side plus the technical side, and I would tell you that if you would like to program something like natural language processing, what you should do. Okay, so let us look at this. Learning objective. Learning objective is we will look at what is NLP, natural language processing, and understand how NLP, I will use the word NLP works, and look at how we can apply this application of the NLP. Actually, inside NLP, there's one very famous part now that is so-called sentiment analysis. Now, which is very, very popular. I even will show you examples of sentiment analysis at the end of this class, right? Then we will look at the sentiment analysis, and we will look at the challenges of NLP, and then we will have some demonstration on how to make use of the free sentiment analysis. Okay. Okay, what is natural language processing? Okay, we look at the meaning first, understand the NLP. Natural language processing is the ability of computer programs to understand human language that is spoken and written, referred to as natural language. It is a component of artificial intelligence. So if you look at this diagram, you can see that the big one, the big circle is artificial intelligence. So when we look at artificial intelligence, we will think of robot, right? Robot, right? The robot that can speak English, or the robot that can speak Bahasa Melayu and so on. And under the artificial intelligence, you can see this ML. ML is the machine learning, like machine learning. And inside machine learning, it is a deep learning, like where the robots can use the algorithms and understand the language and then find the answers. And you can see a big green circles here. This is NLP, natural language processing. So we can see that actually natural language processing is subset. We can say subset, right? Mathematics forms is a subset to the artificial intelligence. Okay, artificial intelligence. What is artificial intelligence? If we go to do the some is coming. What is artificial intelligence? If you use the translator, you can find that artificial intelligence means kecerdasan buatan, right? Kecerdasan buatan. Okay, let me share with you. Let me share with you one screen. Okay, so this one, if you use the Google Translator, if you use Google Translator, you can see Google Translator is one type of natural language processing. You can see that so far in the market, in the world, you cannot find very, very good natural language processing algorithm. Even though Facebook has translation, you can see the translation is not right. But at least you still can understand what it writes. But sometimes I can tell you, it depends on the language. For example, if I refer to the Vietnam post, so that if I use the translation, I can tell you totally wrong. I cannot get the meaning. So Google, you also have the translator, right? So let us look at this natural language. You see, I type here. This is an example. Let us look at how the programs, the algorithm works. So if I type, I say natural language processing in Bahasa Indonesia. So when it translates, it becomes like this. Pemprosesan bahasa alami. Is it true? Is it correct? Dr. Indah, is it correct or not? This one, the translation?
Yes, it is correct, Doctor.
It is correct.
Oh, yeah.
Pemprosesan bahasa alami. Oh, right.
Yes,
okay.
correct.
Right. Okay. So if I put it in Bahasa Melayu, then it will become like this. Pemprosesan bahasa semula jadi. So that means in Indonesia, you don't use this pemprosesan bahasa semula jadi lah.
No. Kita
No,
pakai NLP juga ya.
right, okay. So that we can see, right, so we can see, so that from here we can see, we can have a discussion on this, how the Google's translator, actually the algorithms, they can translate from this natural language processing and then put it into, right, Indonesia, right, pemprosesan bahasa alami, right. And even if we go deep, penprosesan is not pemprosesan, because process in bahasa Melayu lah, in bahasa Malaysia, I can say we call it pemprosesan. So that here you can see is pemprosesan. So if we use another one, right? Let's say we look at another one, so that machine learning. Pembelajaran mesin. Is it correct?
Yes, it is correct, Dr. Tan.
Right, it is correct. Machine learning, right? Okay, so that we can see here, right, the translation here, okay, the translation, the Google translation pembelajaran, we can learn two things. How the Google translator, they can translate this into this. And not only then, he can put the PN and the AN, this imbuhan, right? Pembelajaran machine, right? So because our language, the pattern, the grammar is different. So how it works, right? So from this class, I'm going to share with you, within these 2 hours, I'm going to share with you how actually technically it works, the natural language processing. Okay. Okay, if you refer to this slide, I have two video clips to share with you. So first of all, I will share with you the AI, machine learning, and the big data. Okay, let us enjoy this video. Okay. Machine learning and AI, artificial intelligence.
Everything in the world is powered by a machine. Through the advancement in technology, engineers today can develop machines that can learn on their own. This is called machine learning, the field that seeks to create predictive models and algorithms, giving computers the ability to carry out tasks without being explicitly programmed. This is somewhat similar to when you draw a line of best fit with an initial set of data, and how simple linear regression attempts to improve its predictive line of best fit with added data. Some applications of machine learning that we all use on a day-to-day basis are Google search engines, recommendations from Amazon, Netflix, and YouTube, and suggested friends on Facebook. Engineers are now implementing machine learning to a new and rapidly growing field called artificial intelligence, which consists of systems that enable computers to perform intelligent human tasks without being explicitly programmed. Artificial intelligence with unsupervised machine learning means the machine needs to identify patterns on its own, whereas supervised machine learning means that the program is trained on a certain amount of input data, like the linear regression model. Examples of day-to-day common uses of artificial intelligence include Siri, computer game playing, fraud detection on credit cards, online customer support using chatbots, and security surveillance. However, there are more extreme applications of AI, such as the iBand Plus, a headband that allows you to experience lucid dreams and control them through the use of electroencephalogram technology, which is a test that is used to detect abnormalities of electrical activity in the brain. This raises ethical concerns because these tests are performed by doctors to diagnose and monitor disorders, but now companies are able to create products that can access your brainwaves and EEG data. Since computer hardware and software are rapidly advancing, many AI products surpass the capabilities of human experts. There is great potential in use of this technology, such as fewer errors in medical practice and fewer road accidents. AI products have features such as faster speed, integration of cameras, and precise speech recognition that allow them to perform some tasks better than humans. The underlying technologies of ML and AI are very complex, but essentially, machine learning systems are composed of three parts: the model, the parameters, and the learner. The model is the system that makes the predictions and identifications. The parameters are the signals and factors that the model uses to make its decisions. And the learner is the system that adjusts the parameters by looking at the differences in predictions and the actual outcomes. Artificial intelligence is much more complex, and each program depends greatly on the purpose of the product. But they all have three components: a data structure, inputs and outputs, and an associative learning system. There are two types of data structures needed, one for long-term storage and the other for short-term storage. Inputs and outputs are the core sources of data. Some examples of inputs are sensors and downloaded data. An associative learning system is the most crucial component of an AI system. This presents us with the learning system of the machine and tests boundaries, gives it the ability to perceive and learn new information, and allows for cooperation and social intelligence upon human interaction. Although machine learning and artificial intelligence are extremely useful technologies, they also pose several ethical dilemmas. An analysis concluded that by 2034, 47% of all jobs in the United States can become automated, which means that essentially robots will take over human employment. This, however, may be appealing to companies since robots don't require salaries. Other questions at debate are: if the machine fails, who is to blame, the programmers or the end users of the product? Since machines do not have advanced social intelligence, how will they make complex and moral decisions? The AI revolution is just like the Industrial Revolution, except now robots are taking over human brains instead of physical abilities. A terrifying thought that has caused many individuals to raise questions about why humans even exist. In my opinion, I believe that AI should be implemented primarily to benefit lives and facilitate everyday tasks, with limited supervision, to ensure the concept of superhuman intelligence does not become a reality.
All right. Okay. So that we can have an interactive discussion. So what you see here, right, and you know that the world now is going for IR 4.0, Industry Revolution 4.0, so that we want to automate and we have better and better machines. So the machines now is not only trying to help us humans to do jobs, right, to go to more dangerous areas, hot areas, radiation areas, but we can see that we try to create a robot. Robots are even better than machines. That means we can communicate with the machines, right? So they like all the movies that you have watched, right? Terminator and so on. What I will be back. Maybe one day it will become a reality, right? So that why I read one article. Actually, we humans now we are trying to program and we make robots better and better. So actually, we are not developing fast, humans. What is developing fast actually is robot, because we are putting our time and efforts to create better and better robots. So definitely one day robots will be better than us. If you look at every angles, every factors, you can see once they definitely robot definitely better than humans. Strength, they are better. Speed, they are better. Okay, so that and then they can tolerate with heat, tolerate with the radiation and so on. You can see that from every angle, right? So that we do not know when one day maybe we will see the Terminator. It really happened. Okay, so that is machine learning. So in order for the machines to learn, then they must understand our language. So you can see that we have so many languages. We have so many languages in the world. Right? Just talk about English. Just talk about English. Okay, how do you have the algorithm to translate English? Right? Just now I show you is the among two languages. Right? Bahasa Indonesia and Bahasa Melayu already also different. That's why it is difficult. Right? For robot or for computers, everything we need to program it. Not like us, humans, we are really fantastic. We are really fantastic. Any language come to us, we can quickly capture and then we can quickly analyze in our brain, and then maybe we can interpret, even though we do not know the language, we can interpret. Right? For example, in Indonesia, when you say boleh boleh, for example, you use the word bisa, B-I-S-A, bisa, right? I heard that Indonesian use bisa, right? Bisa. Even the songs, I also see they use the word bisa. But bisa in Malaysia, we refer more on the poison, right? But in Indonesia is boleh, right? Another one is when I watch the TV, I see the subtitle, the paham in bahasa in Indonesia is paham. But here we call it paham, right? Call it paham. But for us humans, you see, no problem for me when I watch the Indonesian movie, right? Once I know that this is paham, very fast in my brain, okay, I will put it into a paham, right? Okay, but for robot, it's not. For robot, you need to program. Everything you need to program, right? That's why for robot, we have the neural network. Right? That is, we imitate, we look at how humans behave, and we want to create a robot exactly like humans, right? Okay. We are not very far from there. We are not very far from there. You can see in the next 5 years, it becomes better and better. Right? We have a better robot. Okay. Okay, next videos that I'm going to share with you is natural language processing, another video. Let us look at this translator. Okay, I do not know, maybe you can share with me in Indonesia, do you use any translator that can translate from one language to another language? Right. So in the market, there is one called Ili, I-L-I, Ili translator, or another called Translate, right? So how good is this translator? You can go to the website, you can go to Google's, right? You can see this product is very small, so that by having this product, when you speak, it will translate to you, right? Translate, so that you can bring this product, and then you can bring this product to go to Japan, you can bring this product to go to China. And of course, all of these products, they have the limitation, this product cannot support all languages, all types of languages, right? Just a few languages they can support, because it depends on the programmer. Like just now you see, when a machine fails, actually who you should blame? You should blame the machines, or you should blame the programmers. Like this Google Meet, if this Google Meet fail, who you should blame? You should blame Google, or you should blame the programmers. Okay, let us look at this product, Ili Translator.
Where is the big elephant? Are you doing any shopping? Okay, yeah. Do you think you could get around China without speaking a word of Chinese? Well, I'm here in Shenzhen, right across the border from Hong Kong, and sadly, I don't speak any Chinese, but I do have these handy voice translators that should get me around the city of 11 million people. Let's go. Nice Square Shopping Center. 购物中心90平方米。购物中心是不是？购物中心在哪里？是不是 ？Near Shenzhen Center Park.
Okay, I can see that the translation is not very right.
we have a type where is the closest metro station? Okay. Where is the elephant on the building?
Go straight and turn right.
Oh, thank you. Here we go. Could you take a photo of me and the elephant? We've made it around Shenzhen only speaking English thanks to these two devices. Ili was quick and easy to use, but it was only a one-way translator, whereas Translate was a two-way microphone. It enabled me to almost have conversations with people. Either way, it's amazing that you can get around a Chinese city only being able to speak English. But thank you very much for watching.
Okay, so we can see this natural language processing gadget. Although it is not 100% accurate, but it is better than none, right? At least you have this gadget and you can bring around. For example, just now, if you have some general term, big elephant shopping center. Let's say if your shopping center is big elephant, you can see that it cannot translate. It will translate Gajah Besar shopping center, which is not right, right? Okay, but at least we can know that what it means, okay. Okay, so let us continue. Let us continue. Right. Okay, so how does NLP processing work? Right. The NLP enables computers to understand natural language as humans do. Whether the language is spoken or written, NLP uses artificial intelligence to take real-world input, process it, and make sense of it in a way the computers can understand. Right, so that you can see this diagram. We are here, human, and this is robot, right? So that we need to bridge over these two parts, right? Bridge over to these two parts, right? So humans have different senses. We have 5 senses, right? We can hear, and then we have our eyes that we can see, right? And humans have a brain to process input, right? So that what happened to the computers? The computers have programs to read and microphones to collect audio, you see? So the ears for the robot is a microphones, right? Okay. Okay, computers have a program to process their respective inputs. Okay, they have their processor. Right? At some point in processing, the input is converted to code that the computers can understand. Okay, if I see that some of you are from science stream, so if you are from computer science, you know, you use the programming language. You use the programming language. You use Visual Basic, you use C++, you use C#, or you use Python and so on. Okay, actually, and all these languages, we refer it as 4th GL languages because it is close to the humans. When the language is close to the humans, the language is far from the robot. Okay, why do I say so? Because robot can say robot actually is stupid. Because why? Because robot only can understand 2 digits, 0 and 1. But for humans, we can understand 0 to 9. 10 digits, right? But we have to depend on the robot. Why? Because the robot is fast, right? The speed is fast, okay? So that the robot, so that when we use this type of programming, when you write programs, you know that you have to compile your program. You have to compile your programs, right? After you write the program. Why you have to compile the program? Because you want to translate the programs into a language that the humans can, the computers can understand, right? So that then you run the programming language. Then the robot will run it and understand what you write. Okay. So that like this, right? So it is like this pattern, right? You have to bridge in between humans and the robot. Okay, so there are two main phases. No matter what NLP that you see in the market, definitely they will follow these two phases. Right? Two phases to do the natural language processing. First phase is data pre-processing. You have to pre-process your data to filter your data. Then you pass the data to an algorithm, to a program, and the program can interpret the data that you pass over. You have to clean the data. Like just now, I show you the natural language processing, right? So that you see that in Bahasa Indonesia, so that what does it mean? But in Bahasa Melayu, then what it becomes pemprosesan. See, you know, so that you have to cut the language into the base. Then you pass to the algorithm, and the algorithm will interpret it. So you try to imagine like a robot. This is a robot. So that when you speak to the robot, like me, now I'm speak to you, and you can understand very fast. Right? Okay. So then if I speak to the robot, you can see that sometimes the robot seems to be very stupid, cannot talk, cannot move, and so on. Actually, what happened is they get the data and then they go to process in the processor. I cannot say in the brain, right? Because for the robot is in the processor. So it has to process in the processor. Then it will go to the back of words or go to their dictionary. Then they will reply back. Right? That's why when you speak to the robot will take some time to respond, right? Because it needs to digest. Not like humans. Okay, we really are fantastic. Okay, when I speak to you, you very fast. You already can digest and you already can understand, right? You already can understand what it means. Okay, for example, like this, like any Microsoft software, when you type in Bahasa, it will come out the red wavy line and so on. Why? Why does the software knows that this has a spelling error, and then you can right click and you can go to find the correct word? Because inside here there is a dictionary, right? So that inside there is a dictionary. Okay, so that you may think that, wow, why it is so smart? Actually, it is not smart. It's the programmer smart. The programmers who program this Microsoft Word, he is smart, right? And then he put a dictionary inside, right? That's why he can tell you that when you type something wrong, it will come out the red wavy line and tell you that this word is wrong. And you can right click and you can go to choose the right word, right? Okay, so all this is actually programmed. Right? Programs by who? Programs by the programmers. Okay, programs by the programmers. Right. So we will look at this. We will look at this process, data pre-processing. Actually, what happened in this data pre-processing? Right. What happened inside? Then we will pass the data to the algorithm to process. Right. Okay, if you are from science stream, you are computer science students, okay, you are interested in programming this, and actually there are already a lot of products available in the market for NLP, right? NLP. So that at the end of this class, I'm going to share with you one product. This product, I can say I have surveyed because of this class, I have surveyed in the market, and only this product can give you free demonstration. Right? Others, maybe you have to make an appointment with them, right, so that they can come and present to you. Okay, data pre-processing. Let's look at data pre-processing. Data pre-processing involves preparing and cleaning the text data for machines to be able to analyze it. Pre-processing puts data in workable form and highlights features in the text that an algorithm can work with. See now, so that we have to clean the data before we put the formula algorithm to work with it. There are several ways that this can be done. So you may say that, you may ask me, hey sir, so then in your pre-processing, actually what do you do? What do you pre-process? Like just now I tell you, we have every language has its own grammar. Okay, saya sedang makan. I am eating. 我正在吃. So every language has its own grammar. So what are you going to filter? What do you process? Okay, so then here it comes a few terminologies. Tokenization, right? Tokenization, this I will show you the video so that you understand first the theory, okay? So that later I show you video, you will understand more what is tokenization, right? Okay, tokenization, this is when the text is broken down into smaller units to work with. So what happened in this tokenization process is we are going to cut down the language. Okay, for example, when I say saya sedang makan nasi, so that what happened is we are going to cut it down. Saya 1 unit, sedang 1 unit, makan 1 unit, and nasi 1 unit. Okay, and stop words removal. Okay, what is stop words? This is when common words are removed from text, so unique words that offer the most information about the text remain. So what happened in this? So that in this pre-process, again, is also programmer's program. So that in these sentences, one sentence, you must know that what you want to cut out, which is useless. Because for humans, when we talk, sometimes we will use all those expressions. Saya mau makan KFC lah. You see the lah, the all those words that are useless, then you have to cut it. Don't disturb the robot. The robot cannot understand it. At this moment, the robot still cannot understand it because we still cannot create a robot that is similar, same level with the manusia lah. Right? If similar, then we will fight with the robot already. Right? So that this stop word, all these type of useless words, you have to remove it, have to clean it. Okay, lemmatization and stemming. This is when words are reduced to their root forms to process. Yes. So that, for example, when I say saya sedang makan nasi, maybe you feel that saya is important, so you take the saya. Makan is important, you take the makan, and nasi is important, you take the nasi. And the sedang you feel that is not important, then you remove the sedang, right? Okay, saya sedang belajar, okay, and so on. Okay, membaca buku. Right, so you have to cut membaca buku dan menulis and so on. So the dan, maybe you have to remove it, right? Okay, part of speech tagging, this is when words are marked based on part of the speech they are, such as nouns, verbs, and adjectives. Okay, so what happened is this part of speech tagging, afterwards, when we cut it down, we have to tag, saya is what? Saya is noun. Then makan is a verb. Maybe you have one cantik, baju cantik. Then baju is a noun. Then cantik is an adjective. So you have to go to match it. So you see, when I'm talking to you in this way, it seems to be very, very lengthy, very long. That's why our technologies, our current technologies is very good already. We have very good hardware, we have very good software. So we can process it very fast. That's why you can see robot nowadays. Because we can have the very good hardware and it can process very fast. If not process very fast, then when you talk to the robot will think for 1 minute. You will go to process, and you do not know whether the robot actually hangs or the robot actually cannot respond, or you do not know what happens to the robot, right? But now our technology is very good. So what happened is if the robot has a good processor, it can digest, go to pre-process the communication or the sentences we give to the robot. Then it will go to process it. Then it will go to speak up. So when you speak to the robot, you see, when you speak to the robot, you have to speak slow. Because if you speak too fast, maybe it cannot catch the words, right? Then it may misunderstand what you want to say. Okay? All right. So now I have another video to show you this concept. So by looking at the videos, okay, there is a questions after the videos. Right, so that you have to answer the question. By looking at the videos, you will understand more what happened in the pre-processing stage. Okay.
We start off by performing segmentation, which is to break the entire document down into its constituent sentences. You can do this by segmenting the article along its punctuations, like full stops and commas. For the algorithm to understand these sentences, we get the words in a sentence and to explain them individually to our algorithm. So we break down our sentence into its constituent words and store them. This is called tokenizing, where each word is called a token. We can make the learning process faster by getting rid of non-essential words, which do not add much meaning to our statement and are just there to make our statement sound more cohesive. These words, such as are, and, the, are called stop words. Now that we have the basic form of our document, we need to explain it to our machine. We first start off by explaining that some words like skipping, skips, skip are the same word with added prefixes and suffixes. This is called stemming. We also identify the base words for different word tense, mood, gender, etc. This is called lemmatization, stemming from the base word lemma. Now we explain the concept of nouns, verbs, articles, and other parts of speech to the machine by adding these tags to our words. This is called part of speech tagging. Next, we introduce our machine to pop culture references and everyday names by flagging names of movies, important personalities or locations, etc. that may occur in the document. This is called named entity tagging. Once we have our base words and tags, we use a machine learning algorithm like naive Bayes to teach our model human sentiment and speech. At the end of the day, most of the techniques used in NLP are simple grammar techniques that we have been taught in school. Here is a question for you. Which of these NLP techniques is used to obtain words from sentences? A. Stemming. B. Tokenization. C. Lemmatization. D. Segmentation. We start off by
Okay.
performing D. Segmentation.
Okay, so you see, yeah. So maybe it's too fast, this video. Maybe you still cannot digest it. Okay, so that we can use this to further. I can use this to further explain. So this is the last question asked. So which of these NLP techniques is used to obtain words from sentences? So we have stemming, we have tokenization, and we have lemmatization and segmentation. Okay, so you look at this. The first stage is segmentation. Segmentation is if you have a long sentence. You see that if you have a long sentence, if you talk to robot, you use long sentence. Even when we write karangan, when we write essay, okay, our teachers always ask us to write in short sentence, subject, predicate. Okay, if you write in short sentences, your meaning is there. If you write long one, or you talk like a lawyer, very long sentences, maybe run away. But if you write a long sentences like this, so you have to cut it. So what happened is you can cut it to two parts. That is so-called segmentation. You cut it into two parts, right? Okay, so that you cut it into two parts. Then after that, you go to process this part and go to process this part, right? Okay, so what happened is when it goes to the next level, right? So the next level is we are going to cut down into the words. Right, no matter what language, Chinese language or Bahasa Indonesia or Bahasa Vietnam, okay, you do the same thing. You cut it down, right? Cut it down. So that when you cut it down like this, you call the process tokenizing, right? Tokenizing. Okay. Then somebody wants to come in. Okay, so after you have done the tokenizing, so what happened is you go to check, right? You can see that inside, as I mentioned, you can see that inside the language, you may have some words that you can remove. Like this was in, I mentioned, saya sedang makan nasi. The sedang maybe is not, right? It's not important, so that you can remove it. So you find all those stop words, was, in, right? Okay, was, in, and then you go to remove it. Okay, then you also teach your machine. So once you remove it, then you teach your machine, like just now I asked you, so that why the natural language processing, you put the pemprosesan, the imbuhan, PEN and the AN. So that you look at all these ing, s, and ed. You teach the robot. This ing means continuous, sedang. S means maybe it's one person. That's why you put S. Right? But bahasa there's no S. So that you if you are programmers, like you want to program NLP, then you must master the program, master the language. And this one, if you see a ed, you know that it is a past tense. So you have to tell the robot this is the base word. So you have the dictionary. You have the dictionary, and you tell them this is the extra, extra alphabet added. Okay, then when you cut it down, you also can see the M, R, is, right? All these, right? All these are the what? The verb, right? Okay. So that you, when you see this is so-called lemmatization, right? So that you know that this one actually is from B. Even the past tense also from B, right? Been, B-E-N, been. Okay. Then the next stage is speech tagging. Speech tagging means that, okay, after you get the word, of course, this one you can remove it lah. It says that it is not important. So you know that this is a kata nama, cricket. Then you know that this is kata kerja, verb, and then you know that this is a England, this is a noun. Okay, this is speech tagging. You tag it to the noun, preposition, and verb, and so on, or pronoun, and so on. Then you come to the last stage. Okay, the last stage actually is so-called a name entity tagging. Name entity tagging, entity means is a object, is an object entity. So you try to tag, right? Tag it, either it is a movie, it is referred to the man, or it is referred to the location. For example, in this word, you may see that this cricket, this noun. So you try to tag this noun may refer to a name, right? Refer to a name, right? So they refer to a name. And then from the name, you also can identify actually this one refers to a male or female. Okay, later on in the class, I will show you a demonstration. You can try to key in your name, and you can see that whether the NLP is so good and can identify you are male or female. Wow, right? Okay. Yeah. Anybody? I can mute Inda. Okay, right. Okay. So the tagging, and the tagging over here you can see, for example, like this in England, you know this is a location, so that you tag it, right? So that is what we call tagging, right? Okay, so now,
We use a machine learning algorithm.
okay, this part actually what happened is this part is you pass it to the second level already. This is the algorithm, okay? So that you pass what you just now you have mentioned, you link it, speech tagging, you clean it, you process the data, then you pass it to the second stage. That is for the robot to understand. Okay, so what happened inside the robot? Of course, you have the algorithm. The second level is the algorithm. So if you are a computer programmers, maybe you want to try to program it to come out your own algorithm, right? Who knows that maybe your algorithm is very good, right? If your algorithm is very good, wow, fantastic, right? You can create a very good NLP. So I will show you that actually in the market, there are a lot of NLP products, okay? You do not know which one is the best. What you can do is you ask for demonstration from the company, right? Or you go to their website and you look at how it works, right? Because they will not tell you that how good their algorithm is, right? So you as a potential buyers, if you want to buy, then you can contact them. You can contact them and ask them to show you, right? This is the NLP. Even Google also has NLP, right? Like just now you see the Google Translator. Okay, so now this question, you can write in your chat. So which one? So which of these NLP technique is used to obtain words from sentences? Which one is to obtain words from sentences just now? See the answer. Tokenization, Tokenization B, yes. Okay. Oh, you get it right. Very good. Right. Tokenization, yes. Okay. You split it. Right. Split it into one by one. B. Okay. Good. Right. That means you pay attention right to this. Okay. Right. Okay, so we have, if we look at the slide, I will give you break. I will give you break later on. Okay, if we look at the slide. All right, so if you look at the slide, so briefly explain to you. Okay, if you look at the slide, we have done the pre-processing data. We have finished the first part. Okay, so you understand what is pre-processing data, what actually happens inside the pre-processing data. Okay, so after the break, we are going to look at the second part. That is the natural language processing algorithm. When we talk about algorithm, algorithm refers to the program, right? Okay, refers to a program. So now I think that I can give you break, Dr. Inda, 10 minutes break, right? So that now my time is 3:53, 3:53. So I will give you breaks. I can see 1:04, 3:54 now. Then you come back at 1:04. Okay, right? Okay, Dr. Inda? Right, okay, so
Yes, Dr. Tan.
right, so I see you at, my time is, 4.04, sorry, 4.04. Yours is 3.04. All right, I see you later. Bye-bye.
用什么合作对呀？妈的，浪费我时间吧！直接用历史去点那个被我提过啊？这些啊？31，不可以用什么啊？什么？来啊！这个我一讲到，要跟我讲是一个字哎，要跟我讲是一个字嘛？就简单，不要按这边，这一关啊，刚刚是这一关，刚是这一关，没有23就简单。23一点，不可以消到强化腐蚀，这就是很废的。 那个用它做还是哎，打不到哎，他讲消除强化腐蚀不会对他造成伤害。
Chi Wing Ki, your microphone is on, so we can hear your conversation. Maybe you want to turn it off.
Sorry.
Okay, so let us start. Right, let us start now. Right, so you can see sometimes we wonder actually our language, why our language is so complicated. Right, sometimes we ever wonder why our language is so complicated. Maybe that is the weakness of our language. Moreover, we have so many different type of languages. Okay, I do not know whether you have read before what articles that the Facebook actually they shut off their. I give you the link. I give you the link. Okay, Facebook actually they also do the RNI lah, right, or R&D on the AI. So they have to stop. They have to shut down their lab and shut down the robot. Is because the robot can speak in their own language that they can understand. So that you can see maybe very soon you will see the movie Terminator already. I will be back, right? So you can go to read this, right? This article. And I have read articles how they communicate. Actually, this robot they communicate because we want to be fast. In IT, everything we want speed. So when they communicate, why you want this type of so many grammars? Have you ever wondered why, especially English, why you have the present tense, then you have the present continuous tense, then you have the past tense, then you have the past continuous tense, then you need to have the past participle, you have the past tense. I still remember when I studied in school, you must study all this eat, then ate, then eaten, right? Then in front you have the have, then you have to use participle eaten. Why so difficult? But actually the robot, if they create their own language, it's very easy. They may use the speed, they may use the speed, at the speed or the tone, maybe they can communicate to each other, right? Okay, so you read about that. Okay, I would like to share with you that what happened, right, in the market now about this AI. Because when we have AI, we cannot run away from NLP, natural language processing. We need to communicate with the robot. Even people say that in futures, when you see your kakak, the maid will be in robot already. Okay, let us look at this video clip. Right, what happened? Yeah, robot. Okay, we cannot deny China is now developing very fast. Right, that is a fact. Right, we cannot deny. Let us look at what they have created. Wow, fantastic. I can see that. Oh, you look at all their development. Now you have the, like just now, the lady that stand. If you do not look at the leg, if you do not see the leg is in metal, made of metal, you would think that it is a real lady. Wow, right. In the next 5 years, why are humans are so fascinated on creating robots in our image? Creating robots in our image, fascinated. Okay, actually I have read a few articles why we have to do that. Okay, actually because I actually if you talk about fascinated, I'm fascinated with the universe, okay, because the universe is very big. Okay, universe, you know, 宇宙, okay, alam what, alam or what, okay, the universe very big. So I have read one article. We humans, we are wondering actually how big is our universe. Have you even wondered? Okay, how many in our solar system? We know our solar system. Actually, there are many solar systems in the universe. Right? They are just want to push boundary and test our curiosity or something. Oh, because you know why? Because if let's say if I want to know, actually I want to come to the borders of the universe. Actually, it will spend 100 of years or 200 of years, even more. But our lifespan, in our lifespan average is 75 years. Right, 75 years. So that by having these technologies or technologies like clone, so that we know that our body will die, so that we can put our, if we have the technologies, if we can put our brain into a robot body, so we can see with our own eyes, if one day our spaceship is really fly to the border of the universe, because we are wondering, actually outside our universe, actually what happened. So by having this technology, we can do that. And another thing is this type of technology, this type of robot, goods is like the movie you watch, like the avatar you watch. Okay, if you have this type of robot, they can help you in many things. Right? If we think in a good ways, let's say they can go to the radiation area. If nuclear power station exploded or what, they can go there, or they can go deep into the sea, right? So that they can go against the heat. Right, so that we have no choice. We have no choice. And another article I read, if aliens has ever come to our planet, that means their technology is definitely better than humans, than us. Right, so that we have to get ready our technologies. If really one day this alien come back again, can you think that if we are not ready, we are just like For them, it's just like killing ants only. That's why we have no choice. We have no choice that we have to create a better and better technologies, right? And without these technologies, and another article I read is our solar system. If you read our solar system, you know we are the third planet. We are the third planet. The first two planets near to the sun is already gone. Hangus terbakar already, right? Because of two reasons. The sun is getting hotter and hotter. That's why you see our environments change. Not only because of the humans, but actually because of the sun is getting bigger and bigger. And another reason is the sun is getting hotter and hotter. So when the sun is getting bigger and bigger, it will near to our planet. We are the third planet. Okay, so then our third planet is going to be burned by the sun. The first two planets, if you look at our solar system, I forgot the name already. Already no life there. So that the next planet that is going to be burned by the sun is our planet. So we have no choice. We must create better technology in order to fly to another planet. So far, our technologies only allow Earth to fly to the moon. And moon, of course, cannot stay already, right? And then the furthest one is go to the Mars, right? The Mars. And even now in the Mars, we also cannot find water and we cannot find oxygens and so on, right? So then our technology is up to this level. So we have no choice, right? Our humans, we have no choice, right? We have to depend on this. And then robot, you know that robot 24 hours can work without complaint, right? For humans like us, if we only can work 8 hours, robot can work 24 hours. What you need to change is you just change the spare part of the robot. Robot will not take annual leave. Robot will not take unpaid leave. Robot will not take emergency leave. Like Muhammad Hafiz and Muhammad Pasran, in futures when you have your own company, what happened? Your employees always take leave. Ask you, today I want to take leave, tomorrow I want to take leave, so it will affect your business, right? So that you can make use of the robot. Right? Robot can help you, and robot never complain. Right? Robot never complain. Okay, so we have no choice. As I mentioned, we have no choice. We have to create a robot, right? This is the trend. If you don't do it, other people will do it. We don't see any negative impact. But there's one negative impact. Yes, there's one negative impact. You know what is the negative impact? The negative impact, as I mentioned to you, if one day robots is better than humans, habis. Then if one day robot they can repair themselves, habis. Right? Okay. So then you can see that robot will be better than us. Maybe during that time you can see Terminator. Okay, I show you another video. There's one video that what happened to the programmers. The programmers actually, when they create the robot, they want to program inside the robot. They want to make sure that the robot will not be better than humans, will not outsmart humans. But according to the talk, they say that it's very tough. You as a programmers, maybe you try to write some programs inside the robots that will not outsmart humans, but very hard, very tough. So let us look at this video. No, this one. Okay, right. So you can see, so actually we cannot control, right? We cannot control. So that if we let it go, we create a super intelligence robot, then the super intelligent robot may take over, right? So, but of course, we do not know what will happen, right? Just wait and see. Okay. Okay, so if you are talking about this, the best formula, the best, what happened to the, right? Okay, so natural language processing algorithm. So this is a second part. Once the data has been pre-processed, an algorithm is developed to process it. There are many different NLP algorithms, but there are two main types are commonly used, right? Commonly used by the market. Rule-based system. This system uses carefully designed linguistic rules. This approach was used early on the development of NLP and is still used. That means we set the rules. This is about the program. Algorithm is about the programmers. If you are the programmers, then you program it. Next is the machine learning based system. The machine can learn. This is even better than the rule based. Rule based, if you write program, you know, you put if then else. But machine learning is even more better. They can learn. They can learn. Okay. Machine learning algorithm use statistical methods. They learn to perform tasks based on the training data they are fed and adjust their method as more data is processed. So just now you see the sign. If the sign is the sign, is you just see a few, not the full part of the sign. So what happened is the robot can learn and can tell you that this one is what. Using a combination of machine learning, deep learning, and neural network, and NLP algorithms hone their own rules through repeated processing and learning. Right? Okay, syntax and semantic analysis are two main techniques used with NLP. So let us see the comment. But sir, you're implied that robotic intelligence is consciousness, which are far-fetched. Okay, so that from your question, assumption found. Actually, what you watch in movies maybe will become reality. That is what my belief. Maybe you do not agree with me. But all those authors that they write the storybooks, I can say that they must have the ideas. They may have, for example, like the Resident Evils that you watch, where there is a small girl who controls the buildings. If you watch the Resident Evils, okay, that maybe happen. That's why we have the smart city, smart building, and so on. It can automatically control your temperatures. It knows how many people inside the room and then control the temperatures. Actually, we are almost there already, right? So, this one, the next question about the Egypt. I can tell you I have liked a lot in my Facebook about this Egypt. I really amazed with the pyramids. I really do not know how they make it. That is what they say is that before that, there are some aliens that come and help them to plan. But until now, they don't have the evidence. So that I really thank to the technologies. I do not know whether you have experienced this because in the Facebook, you can get the 360-degree view. Right, so then I really like that. I really have to thank the Facebook because I know that in my lifetime, I don't have a chance to go to Egypt to see the pyramid. So what happened is they have the people who go to post and put inside the post the 360-degree so that I seems to be inside there. And even they are live or the persons who go into the tunnel and take the videos and video it down, well, I really can see it. I really follow up with many discoveries about this Egypt. Egypt and the pyramid. I really don't understand how they build it. For your information, I write here. Okay, for your information, I read one article. I give you this. I put in the chat. This is around 2,000 亿. 2,000 亿. I do not know 200 billion. 200 billion. You see this? I do not know what big this number. Because according to the scientists, they ask, actually how many planets in our universe? They say this is the numbers. So can you imagine? We are one of the planet inside these numbers. Can you say that there is no living thing in other planet? I don't think so. Definitely there is. But the thing is, for them to come back to the same planet, it may take them 5,000 years or 3,000 years, right? Because there are so many planets. There are so many planets in this universe, right? So for them to come back, maybe they take time. Maybe today I can see the UFO. Maybe I have to wait another 3,000. I cannot see anymore. Maybe they come back again. That's why we cannot say the Egyptians, they do not see the alien before. Maybe they see it, but all the Egyptians died already. But come to our generation, we cannot see, right? So that it may take 5,000 years or 10,000 years to come back. Right. Okay, so that of course we do not know whether this is a story or this is true, but we cannot see. Right, as I mentioned, we humans, our lifespan is only 75 years. We do not know what happened in 75 years. Maybe something fantastic happened, maybe nothing happened. Right? Okay, so let us proceed. Proceed to this. We have 30 minutes. Okay, syntax and semantics. Syntax and semantics are two main techniques used with natural language processing. Okay, what is syntax? Syntax is to do with the grammar. Like in English, right? In English, what are you doing? Okay, apa kamu sedang buat? That is a grammar. Okay, semantics is the meaning. It's the meaning. Okay, this is the difficult part because every language has its own meaning. For example, like in our bahasa, we have the peribahasa, we have the simpulan bahasa. So that all those simpulan bahasa and peribahasa, you cannot do tokenizing. You cannot split it. You split it, then there's no meaning already. See or not? So that for us, we can understand well, no? Okay, because we go through education, but for robot cannot know. So that what happened to the robot is you have to give them a dictionary, like just now I show you. So the robot will go to the dictionary and may find, right? May find that, oh, this is actually a peribahasa. Don't split the words. It is a group of words. Right? Okay. So next, all right, now we come to the sentiment analysis, a part in the NLP. Yeah, Professor, I was curious too because to create the structure, it seemed impossible to guess as the margin of error is very small. Yes, that is right. They even go to measure. They do not know that actually how they bring out, and then they can put the stones. Even some of the stones is from the does not exist on this planet. They do not know how they can get the stones. It is something like the meteor, right? And then even how to carve on the stone is also they do not know how to do it. It's really fantastic, that one. Right? Fantastic. I always follow. I really always follow that one. Okay, let us continue. Okay, sentiment analysis is another primary use case for NLP. Okay, one part inside NLP is sentiment analysis, which is now very, very famous. Using sentiment means mode lah, something like your emotion. Right? That's a mode. Using sentiment analysis, data scientists can access comment on social media to see how their business brand is performing or review notes from customer service. Like just now you mentioned about the IG. You want to have IG group, you want to have a Facebook group and so on. Okay, so that we want to analyze, so that every one of you put the feedback, so that whether it is good or bad. For example, after this class, you give the feedback. Okay, so that what is your feedback about the Dr. Tan's class and so on. So that is a sentiment analysis. Okay, so here give you some example. You can see that you have the phase one, you put the star. This is something like you do the survey. Okay, what happened is you replace the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 with the emoji. Okay, with the emoji, now very famous. Even the Facebook also have the like. When you click the like, you see the haha face, you see the love shape and so on, angry face. So that these are emotion detection, sentiment analysis. So don't worry, I will show you one example later on. Okay, how you can make use of the algorithm. You do not need to program. I tell you, that is what I want to tell you. If you want to program, you have to know that whether you have the time or not. You have the ability to program something like NLP or not. Actually, a lot of companies, they are already doing this, and then they have a lot of API, application programming interface for you to plug into your program and run it. Even Google's also have their NLPs. So what you can do is you have to survey the market, and see which one is good. Some more you must know, all this feedback, you have a lot. Do you have a good back-end infrastructures to store all this? If you do not have, then you depend on big software company like Google's data center, Facebook data center. So you just pay subscriptions fee for them, and then you can do analysis. Okay, this is an example, industry application of sentiment analysis. You look at this sign, JCPenney. I do not know Indonesia, you have this company come to Indonesia or not. JCPenney, very famous to sell all this teapot and so on. So you look at their signboard, you see their signboard is like the heater, like their signboard, you see? They look the teapot, this, okay, from the side. So it looks like a heater. So what happened? Many users go to the Facebook, go to their page and put comment on it. But before it could explode and go viral, right? So many people go in, like all of you now, your generation now, you see anything, TikTok and so on, you can give comment and so on. So that what happened, of course, this is in a good thing. So JCPenney realized this, and then he go to clarify. He go to clarify that he says that this is actually a misunderstanding. It's a misunderstanding. They never intend to put the Hitler image over here, right, to give a hint. But who knows, then they have a very good sales. Their sales go up, right? Their sales go up. This is in a good way, because they analyze the feedback from the people who talk. This is in a bad way, okay? So that these two employees working in the Domino's, so that they go to shoot videos, but they shoot video in a very disgusting way about the Domino's and so on, right? Okay, that will affect the appetites of the users. So what happened is Domino's does not take action very fast. Maybe that do not realize it. So at the end, it create a bad image. Okay, so that it's very spoil the image of Domino's. Okay, so that from these two case studies, we know that nowadays we must be sensitive to the response of the users, right? What users talk, for example, what users talk about your universities, what users talk about your multimedia university and so on. We must be sensitive. Okay. So where can we use sentiment analysis? Of course, it's the market research, right? Voice of the market. So that not only we look at our products now, not only we look at our customer feedback now, we also look at our competitors, right? So when you go to your Facebook, not only you want to look at your company's Facebook, what is the feedback of the people, but you also want to study your competitors, what people talk about your competitors, right? You have to benchmark them so that we can do, by sentiment analysis, we can do a market research, right? For example, like Shopee, right? In Indonesia, I know you have Shopee also, and you have the Lazada also, right? Lazada you have, like in Malaysia, we have the Lazada, right? So that we can look at the comment, right? Why Lazada is not that popular compared to Shopee. Right? Okay, customer service, yeah. Sentiment analysis, you look at the feelings, the emotion, experiences, you look at what people talk about your company, then you can increase, right? You can increase the customer service, right? Thank you. Okay, right. If they don't stay, they will depart and take their business somewhere. Yes, voice of customers. You look at the voice of customers. That is what it was impossible to assess the open-ended survey replies in the past. But with sentiment analysis, the text may be placed into positive or negative categories. Yes, this is what I'm going to show you later on also, so that we can put the comments given by the users. We can see whether it is positive or it is negative, right? Okay, like just now what we see the pre-process, okay, that is theory. That is theory. Later on, you are going to see the practical part, how people program it, right, and give you the result. Okay, this is another famous and is recent articles. You know about the Russia and Ukraine, wars. So that what happened in the China, so that a lot of Chinese, they go to the social media and give comment. They say that they can take care of the Ukrainian woman, okay, aged 19 years old to 25 years old and so on. So they talk a lot. On that. So that what happened, it creates the anger among the Ukrainians people, Ukrainians, no, so that they want to anti-Chinese in Ukraine already. So you can see it is very dangerous. Although we have this social media, don't talk something that is not good. I like these China people, they say, okay, we welcome Ukrainian women, 19 years old to 25 years old, we can take care of them, okay, because they say Ukrainian women are pretty, right, during that age. But what happened is the side effect. Now the Ukrainian, they anti-Chinese already in the country. That's why we have to stop all this type of. If we are sensitive, we can quickly come out and talk and tell all these people to talk about it, okay, to stop talking this type of things. This is another very difficult sentiment analysis. Is if you have multilingual sentiment analysis. What happened in your post? You can get Bahasa Melayu, you can get Bahasa Cina, you can get Bahasa Tamil, and so on. How can your NLP process and differentiate all this or classify? We use the term classify. Right. Okay, challenges of NLP. What are the challenges of NLP? So we have seen the NLP, all of you, right? These 2 hours, you see NLP. So that in the NLP, you need to pre-process the data, and pre-process the data. After that, you pass to the algorithm, the program. So one of the challenges is the precision. How precise, how good is your result? When I key into your NLP system, you give me the result. Is it true? So later on, we will try. Okay, we will try one. Okay, that is the best. I think that the best website that can allow us to try the NLP. Right. Okay, so we see how precise it is. Okay, you can put your name in. Later on, you can put your name in. Okay, you put your name in, and then you see that whether the system can identify you a male or female. Right. Okay, next is the tone of voice and inflection. Yes, you see the robot, now the robot can understand, no, but sometimes it's our human, you see, we are even one level higher, no, our tone, our tones carries meaning, no. Can the robot understand the tone or not? Sometimes we say, don't do that. You know that the tone will mean something, no? So that the challenges, no, for the robot cannot understand the tone, even though the robot can understand the languages, but it cannot catch the feeling, cannot catch the tone. At this moment, who knows that in future they can, at this moment still cannot. Right? Our technology is still not that good yet. Okay, evolving use of language, yes. Okay, natural language processing is always challenged by the fact of the language. Yes, I'm very sure. In Indonesia, you also have a lot of languages that you create. Even Chinese also the same thing. Right? I even have to learn from my daughters, 12 years old. They have a lot of new terms that I do not know when they play computer games. I have to ask, hey, what is the meaning of this? Why you say so? What it means? I really do not know. Even in these social media tools, so we can see a lot of all these type of small, right, or very acronym. We can see all these acronym, or even many more terms. Many more terms come out. So the evolving use of language. So what happened to the robot is we have to feed them. We have to feed them all this language. Okay. For example, in the past, we don't use this app. We call it application. But now the app becomes a word already. It's an app already. It's a word already. Last time it's like seems to be an acronym. Apps means application, but now it becomes a word already. So our language will change. Okay. So this is one of the challenges. So we see these three challenges. Right. Okay. YOLO. Right. YOLO. I also don't know what is YOLO. Right. Okay, I also watch a lot of all those video clips from Indonesia about memancing. They go to fishing. They go to fishing and they go to the beach, muddy area, and go to catch the crabs. Fantastic. Because a lot of crabs from Malaysia actually flies from Indonesia. Fly from Indonesia. Okay. Oh, you only live once. Well, I see. You see, YOLO. Why YOLO? You only live once, right? Okay, tone, evolving language. All right. Okay, so now the last 15 minutes, I would like to show you some demonstration. This is good. You can open and you can try also. I have listed down here is the 5 from what I have searched. Okay, the first one is the best. We use the first one. The ByteViews has several pre-trained models for various sentiment analysis. Okay, I give you the link here. I do not know whether you have the link or not. Okay, I click it. I give you the link here. Okay, let me guide you how to use this. Let me share the screen. To shift my screen. Okay, I hope that you, from these 2 hours, now you have a better understanding how NLP works. Right. Okay, I make this smaller. All right. Okay, so you see this. Okay. Right. And this one, again, as I mentioned, if you go to many websites that they have the NLP, convert unstructured text data into actionable insight with advanced text analysis. So they will ask you to schedule a demo. What happened is they will send their representative to demo to you. Okay, but this site is good. They have the try now. Okay, I would like you to go to the products here. You go to the solution. You look at the solution. You can see my screen. You can look at the solution. Solution here. They have the voice of employees. They can analyze their employees. They can analyze the customers. Customer support, social media modeling, market and competitive advantage, and even text analysis for research and academic. For example, like the 30in. You can consider 30in as the NLP. 30in can check your plagiarism. 30in actually is NLP. They have a database and they can check how you copy from whose paper and so on. Okay, this is the products that this company have ByteViews. They call it ByteViews. This company, they have the topic labeling, intent detection, even can identify your gender. As I mentioned later on, you can try to put your name in. Semantic similarity, right? Okay, and the sentiment analysis, emotion analysis, Right, and then for the text one, they can features as keyword extraction and entity extraction. They can find out the keywords from your title, so that when you do your research, you have a title, you do not know what are the keywords inside your title. You can make use of this by view. It will tell you the titles. Okay, wow, so good. Where can you apply this? All right, this sentiment analysis, okay, you can apply to actually many disciplines. Healthcare, e-commerce, financial services, restaurant, market research, marketing, pharmaceutical, and airlines, and so on. Okay, so how to use it? You can scroll down. You scroll down, you can see the text analysis demo over here. Right? You can see the text analysis demo over here. Okay. So you can type something. For example, okay, I give you an example. Just now, Ahmad Ayaan. Okay, Ahmad Ayaan. Okay, I copy your name from the Google. Right. I want to put it here. I do not know whether you are male or female. I can put it here. Right. I can put the name, gender classifier. Okay, I choose name, gender classifier. I put your name here. I can analyze. Then you tell me that very likely you are male. You see? Right? You can try over here at the left-hand side. You see the sentiment analysis. Sentiment analysis, actually, you have the, okay, this one. Let us try. Sentiment analysis, actually, they look at your polarity, either positive, neutral, or negative. Okay? For example, you see, I like KFC food, KFC. Let's say, you click analyze. And it will tell you that this is positive sentiment. Can support Indonesian or not? Yo, can support Indonesian, man. Friends, you can try to use Indonesian. You type Indonesian language, see whether correct or not. Indonesian, Malaysia. I think it's Indonesian. You can try use Indonesian. Okay, saya suka McDonald. Tapi ayam pedas sangat. Okay, see how we can analyze. Negative, right? So you can see that this sentiment analysis, okay, listen while you are trying. So this sentiment analysis for this part is they just put either positive, neutral, or negative. So in this part, you see, although I say suka, but ayam pedas sangat, you can say that this is more on the negative emotion, 99.87%, right? Okay, you have the topic labeling, you can try. Okay, now we try the second one. You can try later on. You can try later on. Topic labeling. Topic labeling, you can try to type a topic. For example, right? Factors influencing online purchase among Gen Z in Indonesia. Right. Factors influencing online purchase among Gen Z in Indonesia. Analyze. Right. Okay. See or not? You say that this is more on the management topic. 16.90%. Okay. Intent detection. Okay, this is your intention. Intention. All right. I want to go to watch movie. I want to go to watch movie. Analyze. So this is more on feedback. Right. See, it says that this pattern is more on feedback. Right, 97.84%. Right. Name, gender, classifier. Just now I have tried. I put your name, Ahmad Ayaan. Okay, you are male, right? Yeah, male, right? Ahmad normally is male. Right. Lia Maria. Try the Lia Maria. Lia Maria.
Yes. Lia Marlia. Doctor.
Okay, confirm. Betul lah. Perempuan, betul. Right.
Yeah, betul.
Okay, but I tell you, now this system only allow you to analyze one by one. But in futures, what you have to do, let's say you have knows that now many portals, they have the place where to get the feedback from the users. So what happens is you are going to export this feedback out, put inside a CSV, and then you go to run the NLP and analyze for you. So what this demo show you is we just run one sentences by one sentences, right? Or they only allow us to do that. But in the real life, you should not do that. For example, like your university, right? Okay, your universities use, right? Your universities, telecom universities, you get a lot of feedbacks, you get a lot of feedbacks from the users, so you will export out all these response, the feedback, and then you go to run on the NLP, and NLP after running, it will compile and tell you that how much percentage go to positive or right, how much goes to the negative. Okay. And another things you can try, you can see that quite good. They have the semantic similarity. This is like just now I mentioned that they will compare to see that whether you have two sentences that have almost the same meaning or not. Right? Almost the same meaning or not. Saya suka makan ayam. And you can see compare. Then you can compare. Right? Then it will analyze and then give you the result. Right? Relatedness 98.32. See or not? It will take some time. It will take some time because it go to the back. Right? Maybe they do the pre-process of the data. Pre-process of the data. After that, use their algorithm to calculate and then come out the result. It says that these two sentences are quite similar. Right? Emotion analysis. Okay, emotion analysis and sentiment analysis almost is quite similar, but this emotion is more in detail. You can see that they have the 6 skills. Sentiment analysis is only 3 parts, either positive, neutral, or negative. So if you want to be more accurate, you can put emotion, right? Emotion analysis. Okay, then you can choose the language. Indonesian also supported. Then you analyze, and it will tells you that this is more happy. Right, so what happened? This byte view, you can bookmark this byte view. Next time when you get any feedback on your post, or anybody reply to you, you want to see their emotion, you want to test, you can go to copy and paste inside this byteviews.com. Then you can analyze and see that whether the result is correct or not. Feature extraction. Features extraction, this one, the result is they will tell you that what are the features inside the text. Review, year, actor, keywords. This is just now I mentioned to you. Right? If you have your FYP title, then you put your title just now. For example, I say online purchase, factors influencing online purchase among Gen Z in Indonesia, right? So that if I go to analyze, then it will tell me the keywords inside my title, right? So that if you want to write any journal papers, you do not know the keywords, you want to find ideas of the keywords, you can try to run this. It will give you the keywords. Then because when you write journal paper, normally they would like to have 5 keywords. So at least now you have 3 keywords. Okay, entity. This is what you watch in the video. As I mentioned, you can tag it as a man, or you can tag it as a location. All right. For example, you may say that, okay, Maria likes to travel to Bali, Indonesia. Okay. So if you click analyze entity, they will tell you name is Maria, place is Bali, place is Indonesia. Wow. Not bad, huh? Quite accurate, huh? Bagus juga ini. Right. Okay, so this is so far I find the best demonstration of the websites, the best. Right. So there are others, IBM Watson Natural Language Understanding. You also can try Snap Logic, Text Ratio, and so on. So that when you are free, you please try to run it. I think that the Snap Logic, the result is a little bit different. You can see the line one. Fantastic. You see how they analyze, how their NLP works. Right. Okay. I think that is all. Thank you very much. All right. For your presence here, I hope that within these 2 hours, you really learn something about NLP. You know how NLP works, right? You know the first part and the second part, right? Okay. Thank you. You're welcome, and thank you for your time. So that I look at any comment given. I was curious also. Yes. Right. Guess we just have to wait. Wait lah, we do not know lah, because our lifespan only 75 years, as I mentioned. Maybe we are lucky we can know the answers. Okay, but there's one thing I tell you. I did a post about this pyramid. Inside the tunnel, you see the chamber, right? There is a coffin, right? The coffin is so tough, so hard, terlalu keras, until one corner is broken. Now they want to find out, who broke the corner, who broke the stone. Okay, so that you look at because this one I also follow up. That's why I know the coffin. You look at the coffin, and I even study. They say they try to study the wave. They find out actually anybody that go inside there will feel very happy, no stress. They do not know why. Right, go inside there, and even they say put the apple inside will not put. That one I do not know whether true or not. Right. But anyway, thank you very much. Right. Thank you very much. So I pass it to Dr. Indah. Is it here?
Okay, Dr. Tan, maybe before we end the class, we will take a picture together.
All right.
Right. So everyone, can you please turn on your camera?
Wait. Okay.
I think you have to unshare the screen, Doctor.
I hope that my class is interesting to you all.
Can you please unshare the screen first, Doctor? Okay. So we can see.
Hey, sorry. Okay, all of you are welcome. Thank you for joining my class.
Very interesting. Okay.
Ada, nampak kan?
Bisa di unshare, Dr. Tan?
Can you stop sharing the screen, Dr. Tan?
Oh, stop
Because we're
sharing.
going to take a
Oh,
picture.
sorry. Okay.
Nah,
Right.
okay, kita tunggu. We'll wait. Boleh bisa dibuka? Can you please open your camera, turn on your camera? Thank you. Okay. Kita mulai. So we will count. Smile. 1, 2, 3. Okay, one more. 1, 2, 3. Okay, Dr. Tan, thank you so much. Terima kasih banyak.
Okay, thank you. Thank
Thank
you
you.
all my students. Thank you. Hope you learned something. Bye-bye. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Okay, Dr. Indah, I can leave, huh?
Yes.
All
Yes,
right.
Doctor. Thank you so
Bye.
much.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, don't forget to fill out the feedback link, everyone. And we will see you again on Friday.